Hi everyone, I'm Daniel from Samahita Retreat. Today I'll be showing you some core practices to build, not only to build core strength, but to develop awareness in the lower abdomen, in the pelvis, and the deep layers of the core. And these techniques are a really good way to learn to manage the abdomen correctly so that we're getting our strength from the lower part of the abdomen without overly compressing the upper abdomen. Yeah? So that way we keep the diaphragm more open, we can breathe well. And that's going to feed into all of your practice if you can build it up right here in these techniques. We'll lie down on our back. So what we're doing here, just setting ourselves up, we begin in a relaxed state. And if you look at the legs there, they're at 90 degrees at the knee. Neutral pelvis, neutral lower back. I've got a slight natural curve there. Arms to the sides, soften the eyes, relax the jaw, and take a moment just to breathe. Feeling the natural process of the breath. So the upper abdomen expands and releases as you breathe in and out. The lower abdomen has this natural curve. So very important with the core, what we're teaching here is working with our Uddiyana. This is the space, so below the navel, between the pubic bone and navel. Now as you exhale, we can enhance this Uddiyana zone by drawing in. So you're pressing that space below the navel deeper towards the spine. As you do that, there's going to be some firming and toning of the pelvic floor. Next, so very important here, looking at the pelvic tilt. Now, when we're building this strength, we don't want to be overusing our spinal extensors as we're working on these sort of core lifting exercises. So if we go to a neutral lower back, neutral curve, neutral pelvis, we'll add in a slight posterior tilt. So this is pushing the tailbone under towards the heels. Now, as you do that, it also enhances the Uddiyana zone, so the lower abdomen draws in deeper, so you've got a deeper sort of hollow curve there, as you're moving the tailbone underneath, right? So the sacral area, the lowest part of the spine, presses down more firmly towards the mat, okay? We don't need to pull everything towards the mat. It's important to get this from the pelvis. So exhale, tailbone to the heels, lower abdomen draws in and scoops in more deeply. The sacrum presses firmly to the mat. Now, building on that, we exhale, press the sacrum down, navel in. Interlace the fingers. Place the hands behind the head. It's important to remember here that we're not pulling our head up with our arms. We're only using the hands as a place to put the head, as a way of supporting the head and allowing the neck to lengthen. So I use the hands to sort of pull the back of the skull back. I take the inhale, so upper abdomen. Exhale, what we did earlier, press the navel in, the sacrum down, and then lift the heart towards the ceiling. So it's just a small lift. Inhale, slowly coming down, keeping the pelvis as it is. So I've still got the sacrum down. I'll take an inhale. Exhale, root down a bit more firmly at the sacrum, lift the heart. The hands are supporting the head. Inhale, lowering down. Exhale, navel in, sacrum down as the heart lifts. Inhale, slowly coming down. Exhale, ground the sacrum, root the navel, we lift the heart, and inhale slowly down. Okay, release the arms. Take an extra breath. And it's important to note here that we're not squeezing the upper abdomen. We still need that space to breathe, and the extra effort really is by drawing the navel in. Next step, to take that up slightly, we're going to reach the arms up. All the same principles apply. Mild posterior tilt, draw the navel in, take an inhale, On the exhale, reaching up to the ceiling. So the heart still lifts to the ceiling, but now I'm reaching up with the fingertips as well. The neck stays long. Inhale, carefully lowering down, steady at the pelvis. So I still have this mild posterior tilt. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift, the heart rises up, fingertips to the ceiling. Inhale, slowly lowering down. Careful not to just drop down because you lose it. Exhale, lift. Inhale, slowly lowering down. Exhale, lift. I'm pulling the navel in as the heart and the fingertips rise up, slowly lowering down on the inhale. Exhale, lift, and slowly inhale, coming down. Release the arms. Okay, so the third step, to pick this up a little bit higher. So I'm going to interlace the fingers. I'll come back to the first option here. So the hands behind the skull. Lengthen the back of the neck and support the head with the hands, but don't pull the head up. I lift the legs up, extend through the feet, draw the navel in, lift the head. So drawing the navel in, lifting the heart, the head should flow up with that. The hands support the head. And on the exhale, slowly take the legs down, still pressing the sacrum towards the mat. So the pelvic tilt doesn't change. Bend the knees. That's inhale, exhale, coming down. Bend, inhale up, exhale. Bend, inhale up, exhale. Now hold, reach through the legs, energizing the legs, keep pressing the navel down, sacrum down, heart open, head held, and relax. Take a few breaths. Relax with the breath, with the exhale, and releasing any tension you may have built up in the abdomen there. Okay, it gets a little more. So this time, you could either continue with the hands behind the head, or we're going to reach the arms forwards. Okay, so the legs come up. I root down the sacrum. The navel's hollow. Lift the heart and the head. Exhale, legs come lower. Keep the legs charged up, the arms charged up. Flatten the lower abdomen. Make some space at the throat. Breathe. And exhale, release. Relax the belly, the lower abdomen, the diaphragm. Breathe easily, slowly. Release the jaw. So we're not building up any residual tension. Okay, another step. Lower abdomen in, legs up, reach through the balls of the toes, legs come down lower. To a point you can manage. I mean, if it's too much, if you start to arch your back, then you're sort of switching the effort from the core to the sort of spinal extensors. So we want to keep a balance here. So we're still drawing the navel in and keeping the sacrum down, maintaining that slight posterior tilt. So I can come up to here, as it was before, then the arms come back. It gets even more challenging to work the lower abdomen. So as the arms go back, keep pulling the navel in. Breathe. And relax. Good. Loosen up at the hips, the thighs. Sort of simple movements. And the legs up, we shake them out, helping the sides relax, the abdomen release too. Good, and then we roll ourselves up. So that's working with the dish, building it up slowly from constructive rest pose, just to get familiar with the correct tilt of the pelvis. The action is in the lower abdomen. Upper abdomen free, sacrum down to the mat. And then lifting with the hands behind the head, with the arms straight up, with the arms forwards, and with the arms back. And the legs lowering to a point that is manageable for you. So it may be slightly different. So I recommend you work through those variations to see where you are and then build it up gradually. You can build up the count, the length of time you stay there. If there's too much burn in the upper abdomen, then it's really too much. And if your lower back tries to arch, if you lose the pelvic tilt, the stability there in the pelvis, then it's too much. Okay, so simple points to remember.